Good silly morning o'clock of the morning. It's dark. It's looking suddenly very foggy. I looked out the window just now and it wasn't that bad. And now over there, yonder behind me, is looking quite bleak, and we're going to walk into that. Interesting. Still going to talk about mental health. And yesterday I was having a bit of a go at trying to pick myself up a little bit. We went for a walk, as in the last video that I did for this. Yeah, we got up nice and early, went up for the sunrise, and it was nice to see that sunrise, I must say. Even though I didn't get any photography, I've got my little tiny bag with one camera in the back. There's no filters, there's no kit. I've got one battery, one camera, that is it. I've not got my mojo. I've lost that go and that drive to do things, and I think it's because I've been to so many places over the years that I've just burnt myself out, and nothing's interesting me, nothing's getting me going, nothing's floating my boat. So my mojo's well and truly sort of left and jumped out. We're not doing a sunrise as for photography this morning. We're literally forced ourselves to get up. 4 o'clock the alarm went off. We're just about ready. It's probably about 4:30, 4:45, I don't know, 4:30 I think. Pitch black. Sunrise is about 6:15. So we're going to head up into that murkiness. We've got our waterproof jackets with us this morning because it looks like the weather's going to turn and we could get a little bit of rain. So probably won't see the sunrise, but we will be up and we will be out, which is good. Yesterday, for one, I don't do things, but yesterday I ended up in 2 waterfalls. I ended up in like a paddling pool waterfall, just got naked, literally got naked and laid in it. How cool was that? Yeah, it was fun and quite exciting for a little bit and very chilly. And then later on in the day, we come for another walk, come to one of my other little favourite park up locations, nice and quiet little spot. Me and Marta went down to the waterfall. There was people in there playing, doing their stuff. Didn't take any videos obviously with us, and just went down there, and we actually both went in. Well, she went into a bum, I went in up to my, well, swimming basically. Jumped in, went and had a swim, put my head under the waterfall a little bit, and then got back out again. So yeah, it's fighting it, pushing forward. It's nice being out. I've got that laying in bed feeling this morning that, can I really be asked to get up? You know, can I really be bothered? Make the effort. I'm up, and now I'm going to go and see what's going to happen. If we do get a photograph, it's going to be amazing. If we don't, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter this morning. I just need to be up. I need to be out, and I'm just not looking forward to walking into that misty cloud in the middle of nowhere. Oh, scary. Oh my gosh, it's an eerie feeling morning this morning. There's not a single murmur. There's no noise. There's no anything. It's just deadly silent. And we're in the Yorkshire Moors, or North Yorkshire. Well, we're in Yorkshire-ish. I don't know what it called the place half the time. Bleak when you're in these clouds and there's not a lot to see around us. And that sometimes doesn't work well with my head because it's quiet and peaceful, nothing to see. And yeah, all I've got is me and my head to talk to, and it's not good. But being out with someone, i.e. Miss Marta there, she also helps getting up in the morning, because I was laying there thinking, oh, shall I bother? But she's like, well, we might as well. You know, we set the alarm, we are ready. It is rare that you're the one to be motivated to move, yeah. But yeah, it helped that thing, because like I say, I could have quite easily not even bothered this morning. But I'm out and I'm getting fresh air, I'm getting exercise, and that is probably key more than anything. I'm not sat at home. I've not been sitting at home doing nothing. You know, we've moved twice in the year, and I've had a lot of DIY to do, a lot of work to do, garden stuff, shed stuff, painting and decorating. Well, I didn't really do that, but nailing things to the walls and stuff like that. You know, yeah, I've been active. I just struggling going out actually doing anything. And I say that lightly to the fact that Marta also told me off the other day when I said, I haven't done nothing, I've not been out, I've not done anything, I'm a waste of time. And she like really sort of laid into me, like, just take credit for what you've been doing, what you've achieved around the house. For instance, the holidays we've been on, that I've taken photographs and done stuff, and we've been out, you know, visiting 6 countries in 24. It was a miracle, and one I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up. Yeah, so she had a bit of a go at me, you know, pull yourself together, snap out of it, you know, look at what you've actually done. And that's the difficulty as well when you're inside my head. I don't see those positives, only go looking and hearing and seeing the negatives. And that's not because I want to, it's because I'm just, that's what's ticking, that's what's there. I've got electric mountain bikes, that's a real positive, isn't it? But I just see it as a negative because I don't get out on them, I don't use them. So how crazy is that? You know what I mean? How do you switch that switch over from the glass being half empty, which it always is, to have the glass half full? Wandering aimlessly. We've picked up the main path. We're on, I think this is part of the Pennine Way, I'm not sure. Now, I've been there before. This is Windskill. You may not have heard of Windskill. It's a little bit not so necessarily commonly known, but there's a nice lone tree that I photographed. I'll try and pop the video up in the corner somewhere around, if I can find it, if I can remember what it's called. But yeah, Windskill, great park up. We're actually parked on the grass, which seems to be okay. A few people do it, and there's a nice lay-by if you need it as well. There's a couple of caves up here. Victoria Cave, which I visited, and there's another one that escapes me at the moment. I'll put it on the screen if I remember it. I was going to say Julian's Cave, but it's not Julian's. But yeah, that's along this road, this path. So maybe we'll pop in and have a look on the way back. What a place this is. This is amazing. The sky's looking a bit ominous, but look at this. You can see for miles and miles and miles. There's like low-lying mist, I'm sure, right out there in the distance. And this now drops downhill. This goes down. I may walk down a little bit and have a look round and just see if I can see either way round this edge or round this edge. We are in the middle of nowhere. There is absolutely nothing here, is there? But look, there's something over there. I can see something over in that gap in that corner. Now there's a wall here, which is really winding me up because I quite fancy being over on that little crag there. So I'm just going to have a scope on this wall, see if there's a way over it without, you know, like a footstand, a stile. A stile is something you get in your eye, isn't it? See if there's a way over it safely. If I can, let's get on that crag. But if not, we'll have a little scope here and see if there's anything to hang around for. The sky is breaking a little tiny bit, but I'm not sure if we're going to make it out of this clag. It's nice being up. It's nice being up. I'm glad I'm out with somebody. I wouldn't have come out probably on my own. That's the thing. So it is nice being out with someone. So if you are on your own, I appreciate the fact that it's really difficult. You do need that encouragement. So if you know someone that is on their own, that doesn't get out often, give them a nudge. And that's what I've done. I've lost all my contacts and friends and people that I know that I go out with. And I say lost kind of liberally, because there are people online, there are people that check in on me every so often, and you know, don't forget you can call me, don't forget I'm here if you want to go out. You know, Chris is one, he's always replies to everything, and he's always like, well, I'm only, you know, I'm not far away, we can always meet up. But it's just doing that you know, it's just making that effort to get there. It's down to me more, it's down to me than it is anybody else. It's down to me to make that effort, which is again what I struggle with. This looks stunning. I actually really like this. I think this would actually make a really nice photo. See the way it's leading down there, and you probably can't see on the camera. It's a lovely mosaic of walls all down the bottom there, so maybe even up on here. And just, I've got a little baby mini tripod, and just take a photograph of that, because that is nice. I really, really like that. And on this camera, it looks awesome. This lovely leading coming through. So maybe I should just make the effort, take that photograph, and then see what happens. So being a photography channel, I suppose I ought to take a photograph every so often. And I do like this. This is nice. I've got the camera out. I've got an extremely small tripod, and this is my X-T4, which you don't see very often because I use the X-T5 now. But when I'm just not doing a lot, I'll just chuck this one in my bag, because I've got a 16 to 80 lens on, which is just basically one lens that I can carry around. A lovely little shot. I think this is quite pretty. Also a selfie shot, really. There's a little lump that I can go and stand on and put myself in it if I really wanted to. But yeah, I'm not really feeling my mojo, but it's funny because when I'm out, my eyes are still scanning. So the effort's getting out, and then I'll feel like taking a photograph, more to the fact that I've gone off of photography, because I haven't gone off of it as much as I think I've gone off of it, and I'm not feeling it, and I'm not wanting to do it, and I'm not got any inspiration to go and do it. And one of my reasons for no inspiration is I stopped watching all photography videos. I don't watch any because they wind me up. Because other people are getting good light, other people are getting good photographs, other people have got better gear, other people are going to better places, other people are doing stuff that I'm not, other people, do you know what I mean? And that frustrates me, and that's stupid because I've done so much over the 7 or 8 years I've been vlogging. I've done so much, I've been to so many places, and I've inspired so many people, and I've probably done the same to other people, wondering how am I going to get around? Why has he got a camper van? How can he sleep on the doorstep of that sunrise? How has he got up to get that? I've done this, and there's people out there that are probably feeling like me about other people doing what they're doing that I've done. You know what I'm going on? I'm going around in circles, and that's what goes on in the head. It's the circle, it's the rolling motion of the, if I do this, you forget about this. If I do that, I can't do this. If I take this with me, I haven't got that. If I don't go and get that, then I can't do this. And that's the problem. It's always constantly going on. And mornings like this morning that are so quiet and peaceful, that's what's ticking. And I can't turn that off to make me feel better. So I feel down. And then when I feel down, the negatives, boof, take over. The little devil on this side kicks this arse. And that's it, it's over. It's just negative. So yeah, it's really a ball in motion. But yeah, photograph done. I think that's quite a nice, I mean, there's no particular light, but I could probably grit it up, grain it up, grunge it up a little bit. And I just think that's a nice, it's got a nice feel about it. I like these craggy rocks on the right hand side. I like the leading line of this old wall that someone built thousands of years ago, or hundreds of years ago. I mean, geez, I mean, can you imagine the guy digging that and putting that up? He probably felt exactly the same as me. How has he managed to put that wall there? You know what I mean? But it's done, and I love the way it's all mosaicked at the bottom. It's crazy, and there's little sheep in the picture at the background, and we've got this murky mistiness. So yeah, job done. Look at this place. We've actually come through the wall. There's a gate down there. If you follow the path down, there's a gate to come through the wall. Now, I think we're going to try and go up this side and get back across if we can. We're not sure how it's going to work, but look at this. We're up on that craggy bit now, and this is awesome. This has got such a Jurassic Park feel about it, especially behind. I mean, you can just imagine some Tyrannosaurus Rex coming running down the hill to munch on us, or some pterodactyl sitting up there on the top of that pinnacle just thinking, hang on, there's munch down there, let's go for the one in red. Probably a bit more juicier than the one with blue. But yeah, this is really proper Jurassic Park looking, and this atmosphere makes it feel very much like it. You can imagine the dinosaurs walking around here. And I suppose this is kind of what it would have looked like when they were around, I'm guessing. I don't know, tell me, would all this limestone have looked like this back then, or would we have been underwater and this still being formed by all the crustaceans? I'm just guessing, I don't know. I'm assuming, I suppose partly, if it's millions of years ago, then this would have been being formed back then, wouldn't it, before the dinosaurs? And then after they extinct, this comes and wears away, the sea disappears, and then this forms. So yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you wouldn't get dinosaurs running around this, but that's what it looks like anyway. Camera's back on its little baby tripod, and look, I've got me case filter on this camera, which you don't see that very often, do you, anymore? Yeah, it's stunning. It's absolutely amazing, stunning little place this is. It's so quiet and peaceful. You're so far away from everything. So from standing here, man-made, what can I see that's man-made? Let me spin you around. There's the camera for starters. So the camera's here on this really rickety little tripod. I've just taken a lovely little selfie of me sat on that rock. I just felt it was going to make a good thumbnail because it's that contemplation, that moment of just looking into the abyss. But yeah, man-made. What can I see in this vast area that's man-made? So apart from the walls, all right, we're going to ignore the walls because even though they're man-made, I feel they were made by cavemen, but they weren't. But that's what it feels like because they sort of blend in. But man-made, we've got a couple of posts. I can see a couple of wooden posts there, and a couple of wooden posts there, and a couple of wooden posts there, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Apart from the walls that you can see everywhere, there's nothing. For as far as I can see, there's no roads, there's no pathways, there's nothing. There's no buildings. Even when you look right out into yonder, right out there, which is a long way out. If I can zoom you in, let's see if I can zoom you right in over there. Right over there in that distance, even over there, there's no buildings, there's nothing over there. there's just nothing, but the light is behind here. The light's down here going on. So if that broke between this cloud, we're definitely in the cloudy part. If that broke between the cloud, it could get pretty interesting. It's out over there as well. So we are actually in the claggiest bit of everywhere. But this is so Jurassic. We're going to set ourselves a challenge. There's 2 caves there on that cliff. We're going to see if we can make our way over and have a nose at them 2 caves. And then we might go up onto this crag there if we can get up there safely. And then we're going to head back and go and find Jubilee Cave. I remembered what it's called. And that's, oh, I've just had a shock. Me sticks just fell over. I thought it was my tripod. I just had a heart attack. I can feel it. So let me just gain myself a second. Right. So yeah, I took my mind off the tripod for a sec, and I thought it had gone over. So yes, we're going to Jubilee Cave is down that way. We're going to have a nose at that and show you where that is on the way back. But yeah, if I can charge this Osmo, because I don't even think I brought a battery pack with me. Well, I've got one, but I don't know where I've got a lead. Yeah, if I can charge this, I'll carry on. But that's our challenge. We're going to have a little nose so we can see in that little cave. As long as it's not too steep and too slippery. One foot, take 1 foot, dig your sticks in, take 1 foot, dig your sticks in. Gently. 1 foot at a time, don't rush your feet because it could slip. 1 foot. Look at this for a little cave, a little area that you could definitely shelter under. I wonder how many cavemen, see, and we're back to that cavemen thing again, I wonder how many cavemen actually spent the night in there. Or cowboys and Indians. Now we're in the wrong country for that, aren't we? I don't fancy standing under this ledge for too long, mind, because there's not a lot to stop something coming over the top, but it does look quite a clean ledge, if there's ever such a thing. And then the other cave is just there, just in that gap. It just looks it was higher up from over there, so we're just going to have a look in that one as well and have a nose. But this is quite steep, and we just come across sideways to make it a little bit easier for you. You can almost see a track kind of thing. So as long as we take 1 foot at a time, dig the stick in, take our time and just walk across, we should be okay. But yeah, let's have a little nose in that one, and then we can try and get a bit further up. This one isn't a cave. This one's a large chunk of square rock, cube, that's obviously this was joined to this, and it's come away and it's leaning. So it's not actually a cave, this one, it just looks like a cave. And it's even dropped, isn't it? So that top bit there would have been the top bit there, so it's come down and dropped back, which is quite, and you can see the size of it with Marta going past, it's quite big. Cave? Did you say it is a cave? Oh, hang on, there is a cave. There is a cave. Yeah, there is a cave as well. If you're a rocky sort of person, I know you're looking up my nostrils, if you're a rocky sort of person, you could definitely climb in there, couldn't you, and have a nose. But there's no way I'm squeezing in that little crevice, that's for sure. That's with this limestone is so porous. Gaps everywhere, all over this, where the limestone's been worn away inside. It's fascinating, but I don't like standing next to that too much, because that is just, you've got this little triangle wedge just there. Look, see this little triangle wedge just there that's holding that in place, and that little triangle wedge is just balancing that, I don't know, a couple of tons worth of rock, square boulder, that cuboid sitting there. It fascinates it, doesn't it? And there's another look, there's all these little cubes in the rocks that you can sort of see above me there. They're all sort of separated into cubes, but that is fascinating, the way it's just sitting there. It looks really cool. I'll take a picture on my phone of that because I think I like that. But yeah, it's definitely a steep one in front of us, but so Jurassic looking. Right, we're heading away from the little cavey things now, taking our time walking across this crag. We're just going to try and make our way across it slowly and safely. Now, I would say this is not a recommended thing to do, but I'm actually getting that adrenaline, that little bit of a rush of the slight danger that we're under. So yeah, it's that feel-good thing. I'm just taking my time, putting my feet forward slowly as I edge forward, just to make sure that I'm not on anything loose or slippery, even though we're coming to a bit of a scree slide. If you just look in front there, it's looking a bit more tricky and interesting. So we'll just have to make sure we can do it safely. We can always double back, but I'd like to get up round there, up to that little gap there, and just have a little nose up on the top of this before we head back that way. It is clearing up now, but look at this place, isn't this amazing? Here she is, look, fighting her way through. She keeps following forward. I just got to keep an eye on her. If she screams, I know she's still alive. When she stops screaming, then I've got a problem. Feeling good? Yep, feeling good. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad climbing up. I know it probably looked dodgy and I made it sound a bit dodgy, but it wasn't too bad at all. If it was bad, Marta wouldn't have come up. It wasn't too bad. I found a little bit of a sheep track. But the view up here, now I'm seeing man-made, because we're seeing way over in the distance. I don't even know if that's the Lake District over there, but we're seeing a long way over now. But there's a couple of potentials for some really awesome photographs up here. Really good ones. There's a tree growing on this crag up the top here. So that one day was going to be a lovely sort of lone tree. And there's definitely a lone tree over on that crag there. Now the problem is I wasn't going over there, but I now feel I need to go over there to have a look at it. We've made it this far, and I'm kind of guessing that if we sort of make our way round the top of this, so we go over the top of this crag, which is just amazing, and then maybe drop down and back up onto that one, we can go back then towards where the van is, back to the parking area, because it is literally along that crag. The only thing is we're going to miss out that cave if we go back that way. But yeah, this is fantastic. What a view. We just climbed over this side, just thought I'd just show you this. There's another little cave there, and it goes in quite a long way if you get down low. It's definitely a potholing cave though. It's not a sort of cave you'd walk in on your own. Oh, and I can see Jubilee Cave. I can see it in the distance. So if anything, I can show you from the distance. So if you follow my finger, it's kind of the black spot. You can see the black hole on that cliff face. That's actually Jubilee Cave. I'll spin you around and see if I can zoom you in just to give you a bit of an idea of where it actually is. If you're ever coming up this way, it's that big black spot there on the side of that hill. That's Jubilee Cave. It is massive, it's huge inside, but you can't actually go all the way in, but it's definitely a big one. And then there's another one next to it. Here's another little cave this side and another little cave this side. So yeah, there's loads of them around, but that one over there is massive. There isn't many at all. Little rocks. We're looking for little rocks to put on the cairn, because we're now over on the cairn.
I've got it.
It's not the highest point. I think the highest point is up on that one. And you know, every time I see a rock and then I see something else, it doesn't seem that far away. I just think the challenge is going up there. She's putting the rock on the top. This is where she falls over, headbutts it and knocks them all over. Oh, I've got to put it on the top. Yeah, we're up on the top of this next crag now, and it changes the view again. It's just, as you come up on the top of this one, there's another one that opens up. So you've got, a bit of cold, just very biting cold wind. But we've got another little crag there now that's opened up, and that's the one with the tree on it. But now look, there's one up there that's got a big cairn on the top, and that looks like the highest point around. So I almost feel obliged to go up there. But yeah, what a place, what a place. I'm going to keep saying it, what a place. Look, just reporting in, we are now on the next one. There's our lone tree or bush. One day she's got potential. You can see now Jubilee Cave, I think that one is, over there. It could be Victoria, but I think that one's Jubilee. And the van is, well, it's just over there yonder. If you see that little line of a path, it's just on this side of the path. So I know where it is, I know where we are all morning. So, right, we need to now, because we're here and needs must, we've got this nice gentle walk up onto the top of the highest point, and then we're going to make our way back. We're up on that trig point now, up on that cairn, but that's not actually the cairn. There is actually a trig point right about there. So that it's got to be the highest point, hasn't it? So that's definitely one to go and slap and tickle. And Marta's got a rock going on the top. Done. Another one done. Very hard to find loose rocks around here though, because everyone else has picked them up and there isn't many. But it's kind of a slap and a tickle. And we've picked that saying up from Mr. Adam. Thank you, Mr. Adam. Slap and a tickle on the old triggy. That's us. We're on the trig point. Just missed Marta to get a slap and tickle underway. And then we are done for this one. We are definitely done for this one. I think I just spotted another little cave as well.
Oh my goodness.
Just over Marta's shoulder there, the rock with another cave on the back of it. So it was behind the one with the tree on, I think, by the looks of it. So yeah, we're at the top. The view is massive. Yeah, it's massive. If you're not far from, well, if you're not far from this area, I think this is well worth coming up and for a walk. Even if you just walk straight up here. With a trig point, you've obviously got a pathway, and you'll find probably an all trails route or an OS route to come up here. Yeah, we're definitely on a really cool location. The view going down that way is just crazy. It just looks so Jurassic. And we were up on the top of that, weren't we, before? We started over that side, we came over the first one, up onto the next one, came up onto these little crags, and then made our way round. So yeah, no, maybe we weren't on that first one. That's the big one, isn't it? We weren't on that, but we came up in between the two. So yeah, all good, all good. And you're not even looking at me, are you? I'm here. Hello, there you go. Feeling a little bit energized. Feeling energized. Feeling, yeah, a little bit more alive. You got to be when you're with her, because you're keeping one eye on her all the time. You never know if she's going to run off, jump off, fly off.
And I need to make sure you're all right.
Yeah, she has to make sure I'm all right as well. But yeah, good. I think I'm going to end it here. We've taken a couple of photographs, which is good. I didn't plan on doing so this morning. I kind of wish I had my gear with me, because this bag's really uncomfortable. I've got my camera on the capture clip, and it's heavier than the bag itself, so it's pulling down, it's getting under my armpits, and my water bottles are bouncing around my waist.
Yesterday I was I? With my heavy bag.
You had a heavy bag, yeah.
It.
We found a rock up on the top of Ingleborough. We went up on top of Ingleborough, which is one of these big ones over the back there, and it was a heart-shaped rock, so we carried it back. Well, she carried it back. It's quite a big one as well.
But then I knew exactly where were you talking about, kind of carrying this heavy gear.
You get a bit.
Where you don't know whether you're going to get the picture or not.
I think that's the thing. I think that's one of my struggles as well with doing photography and feeling good about it. And the problem I've got is I don't want to carry all my gear all the time, because like this morning, I didn't think I was going to get a photograph. I got out of that van with no expectations whatsoever. I was really like, not that I couldn't be asked, I just like, it was miserable looking and foggy and low clouds, and I knew the area a little bit, but I didn't know what was down this end.
No expectations, isn't
Yeah,
it?
no expectations. I just came out to have a look and see what was down here, and then I started to catch things with my eye, and then I saw something, and then the lead onto the next thing and the next thing, and I think I've got a couple of photographs that are really quite cool. I love this landscape. It's one of my favourite sort of, is it geologies? Is that a word? The way it's formed with the limestone, the sharp ridges, and the rock shales, and I just like this sort of landscape rather than the big rolling hills. It doesn't do much for me, that, even though it's nice and beautiful, and the moorlands.
You need to get out on top of them.
But yeah, you do need to get on top of it. You need to get out in it. But I like this look, because I think it's because it's such a Jurassic thing.
But then we were driving around, isn't it? And you said how beautiful the countryside around here is.
The countryside around is amazing. We took a couple of single track lanes yesterday to get here that I wouldn't normally go. I just thought, oh, let's turn down here and just go down here. And I don't do that very often, and it paid off because it was pretty cool. But yeah, feeling a little bit better today. I'm sure it'll all change in about an hour's time. You never know.
Don't say that.
I shouldn't be negative, should I? That's the problem. But I'm expecting to be down. I'm expecting to be negative. So I almost put myself into that state where I force myself into it. And I think that's the problem. So I should try and stay on top, shouldn't I, today, if I can. But yeah, we're going to go and get some breakfast, go back to the van, head off, find somewhere for breakfast. It's probably early enough to get to Mackey's and get a double sausage egg McMuffin, which is the glorious...
No, we're going to go local.
No, we're going local. We're going local.
Delicacies.
We're going local delicacies. So it's a full English by the sounds of it. And I thought a full Yorkshireman's.
Yeah, exactly.
A full Yorkshire. Let's see if we can find one. Down there in that village, down there, because that's where we're going. That is that Settle? I think that's Settle down there, is it?
Settle.
I think that's Settle down there. So I think we're heading down that way. We're going to see if we can find a local something to park the van out and get some breakfast. I'm off. I'm off. The clouds are, the cloud. Let me just show you this. She likes this, and that is quite cool. The clouds, if I zoom in.
It looks like they're going up.
They actually look like the clouds are going upwards. Look at that ridge line of clouds just there. How insane is that? That is really cool.
That's well worth.
But yeah, there we go, and down there, Settle, down there.
Sayonara.
That is it.
Laters.
Sayonara, laters, bon voyage, Avida Saint Pet, and all that sort of thing. Ciao for now, see you soon. And if this is helping, let me know. I know that people are going to say, don't worry about the photography, just go out and enjoy yourself. But if I'm doing that and I'm not making videos, then I'm not showing my journey. And I want to show my journey and share my journey.
But it's
and I know it's not important, but for me it gives me purpose and reason. So if I'm sharing this downtime, this struggling time, hopefully it's helping somebody.
But you're a creator
and I'm still talking, and we have been a massive long video again, and I haven't even connected anything.
One thing.
We've got to go. We've got to go. One thing.
You're a creator.
I am a creator. I'm a creator. I didn't realise I was. I'm sorry about this, me waffling on. I didn't realise I was until I'm actually doing something. If I'm making something, like at work, I make stuff. Yeah. So if I'm making something, I'm occupied. If I'm occupied, my mind is then being used. If my mind's being used, I'm not thinking about the rubbish and the crap. So a creator, I need to be focused. I need to have something to use the grey matter on, and I need to have a purpose and a reason. And that's my thing. I can't be someone that will just sit on a beach and do nothing. I can't be someone that will just willy-nilly just go for a walk, because I'm not going anywhere. I need a destination, I need a place, I need a reason. Okay, so this is me. I need to create, and creating videos has given me a purpose to walk, to do, and the photography was a way into me doing YouTube. But the problem is photography has got me stuck now. I want to be a photographer because photography can help me meet other people, because other people like photography, and I can maybe do walks and meetups and group stuff, and I like that sort of thing. I like the holidays and the trips I put on for people, and that's the photography does that. If I just go for a walk and take the camera and jump in a river or a canal, who's going to want to follow me? Who's going to want to come out of us and do that?
The ones who's going to jump in the river with you.
Apart from the odd one, yeah, you. But this is why I like the photography, because it gives me that something. It was always a reason. But I'm going to be doing stuff not necessarily with the camera, so bear with me. But yeah, we got to go. We're going to go. Bye. I've been talking for 7.5 minutes. Ta-da, ciao. No, it's really claggy, muddy, which is a shame. Doesn't go that much further up there.
No,
but it's pretty cool. You've got some like rock formations there that are almost, like you'd get in a big cave, stalagmites and types, where it's sort of wearing down. It's quite a big cave, isn't it? It's just a big opening, but they stopped you going in it, haven't they? Because of obviously rock falls and stuff. This is Victoria Cave, not Jubilee. Woo! Jubilee Cave. Any cavemen in here? Oh, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Whoa. Squeezing through the rocks. There's light in the tunnel. If I turn the torch off, There's light coming through the tunnel. Woo! You could probably squeeze up there and have a look. Do you want to have a look? Come on. Come on in.